Good afternoon, Karen.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, Karen, can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Karen Paliha, 25 years old, single from Lagawe, Ifugao, ma'am.
Okay, I have a few questions for you to answer, so let's start.
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you want to work as a maid?
I want to work as a maid because I want to help my family and I want to save for my future.
Why you choose Malaysia when there is a lot of other countries?
I choose Malaysia because I think Malaysia and Philippines have their similarities like climate change, food, and cultures, and I think I can adapt. It's not difficult to adapt.
How are you qualified for this job?
I'm qualified for this job, ma'am, because I have experience in household chores and I was trained here in the Philippines.
May I know what your educational level is?
I'm a high school graduate, ma'am.
What was your recent working experience?
I work here in the Philippines in one of the company here as production operator.
Have you worked abroad before?
No, ma'am.
Do you have experience of taking care of baby?
Yes, ma'am. Through my siblings' children.
Okay. How about elderly?
I have experience also, ma'am, through my grandfather and grandmother when they're still alive.
Do you have any other special skills?
Yes, ma'am. I know how to sew, and I know how to use machine. I mean computer.
Computer. Okay. Anything else?
I know how to sew by using machine, and I know how to manicure and pedicure.
Okay. Are you willing to learn new skills?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you willing to work with a family where the mother-in-law or any relatives stay together?
Yes, ma'am.
Currently, are you still working now?
No, ma'am.
Do you know how to cook?
Yes, ma'am.
What sort of food can you cook?
Filipino food, ma'am.
Are you aware that you will have to do washing, cleaning, ironing, and cooking?
Yes, ma'am.
From all the house chores that I mentioned to you, which do you like most?
I love cooking and I love cleaning the house.
You are not allowed to use handphone during working hours.
Yes, ma'am.
You are only allowed to use handphone after you finish all the works and when going to bed.
Yes, ma'am.
You are strictly needed to surrender the handphone to your employer in the morning and your employer will return back to you once you're going to bed.
Yes, ma'am.
If ever your employer finds out that you're abusing of using your handphone and it's affected your work performance, your employer will confiscate your handphone and you are not allowed to hold it anymore.
Yes, ma'am.
But instead, Karen, your employer will allow you to call your family 3 times in a month. You only allowed to bring normal phone and you are not allowed to bring smartphone. Are you agreed for the terms and conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you agreed to the rules and regulation for the handphone?
Yes, ma'am.
How many years is the contract as you agreed and understands?
2 years, 2 years, ma'am.
2 years contract. Okay, can you describe for me your attitude?
I am hardworking, ma'am. I have patience. I am honest. I am trustworthy.
How can you assure to us, Karen, that you will work hard in Malaysia?
I will assure that I will work hard in Malaysia for the sake of my family.
Okay, you can assure us by finishing your 2 years contract. Okay, don't forget that.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to use the telephone without the permission of your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to put on makeup but to dress properly while work?
Yes, ma'am.
Promise not to invite friends and relatives without the consent of your employer.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you promise not to ask for advance salary from your employer under any circumstances?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you really understand of the rules and regulation of the agency?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you pay any placement fee for you to come to Malaysia to work as a maid?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any history of sickness, breast cancer, or any other illness?
No, ma'am.
Do you pay any placement fee again?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you suffer from any skin diseases, allergy, or physical defect?
No, ma'am.
Have you suffered from any serious illness?
No, ma'am.
Do you smoke?
No, ma'am.
Have you undergone any operation?
No, ma'am.
Are you medically fit or are you fit to work, Karen?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you in any medication right now?
No, ma'am.
Are you allergic with any food?
No, ma'am.
Are you preferred to work for the employer of different races?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you preferred to eat the type of food taken or given by your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you afraid of being left alone in the house?
No, ma'am.
Are you afraid of dogs or other pets?
No, ma'am.
Can you promise to work according to instruction from your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any family members working in Malaysia, Karen?
No, ma'am.
Okay, we have finished our question section. Karen, let's proceed to case study. I have a case study for you and I want you to answer me truthfully. Upon
Yes, ma'am.
arrival in Malaysia, Karen, within 6 months only, if ever one of your family members passed away, what will you do?
First, I will ask permission to my employer, and if he or she allow me, then I will go back here in the Philippines. But if they don't allow me, then I will respect their decision, and I will still continue my contract till I finish.
Okay, again, Karen, tell us about yourself and why do you want to work in Malaysia as domestic helper?
I want to work in Malaysia as domestic helper because I want to help my siblings. I want to save for my future. I want to help my father.
Okay, if ever your employer is watching you right now, what do you want to tell them?
Please choose me as your maid because I am determined to do my job. I want to work there, and I am trustworthy. I am honest and I am hardworking. I will do my job according to your preferences.
Okay, thank you very much, Karen. We will update to your agency if there is any selection made by the employer.
Yes, ma'am.